Yo, what's going on, man? This is your boy, Super Mario, man, and you are in the Yo with your boy, man. Today, we're going to be checking out another beat breakdown from my project, Brood Beats, man, which is out on all digital streaming platforms, man. A little 4-pack instrumental that I have out right now. But here, today in this video, we're going to be checking out one of the tracks that is on that particular project. This is the second beat that I created. We're gonna really kind of break this down. The beat was made in Reason 13, and we're gonna see what we're working with in this particular session, man. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into Reason and check out this beat and the breakdown. I brought up the mixer window here first because this is where it all goes down for us, like just trying to create the tracks, get the tone and everything like that. And really didn't do too much on the EQ, you know what I'm saying? I try not to EQ too much or try to change the tone too much because I kind of want to say that to the dedicated mixing process and everything like that. But you could definitely see here that we have maybe one process that we're doing from the mixer in Reason, and that is the gating on this particular I think this is the hi-hats that I use here. All right, and then once we did the gating on the hi-hats, you know what I'm saying, it was just basically insert effects from there and channel adjustments and panning, and we'll talk about each element for each track on here. So what I want to do is just basically play the first part of the track so you guys can get a feel of what we're working with. All right, here we go. All right, so what you're seeing on the screen is some loops that I kind of started out. This is how I kind of started out right here, minus the percussion. I'm gonna play that again and just minus the percussion. So I found these loops, and to be honest with you, I got them from Splice. And that little sound right here is actually, you know what I'm saying, I kind of took it out of the first half of the loop. It did something totally different. And just kind of cut it up and just looped it into a full bar situation. And then the piano, pretty much the same thing, you know what I'm saying? It's just the first part of the loop and everything like that. All right, so with that little percussion sound right here, I guess we can start with that. That's the first instrument that I kind of, you know what I'm saying, went with. And this came from a VST. This is an old school VST right here. This is called Joker Beats, man. And this particular VST is called Beatbox, if I'm not mistaken. And it had some really, really good sounds in it. And I just really, you know, was going through a kit and found those percussion sounds in there. And I was like, yo, that's dope. You know what I'm saying? So once we add that percussion in there, now you can see, you know what I'm saying, what's going on with the beat box from Joker Beats. Cool deal. Now be mindful that this is not the mixed version, this is the raw version. Okay. But yeah, talk about the Joker Beats beatbox VST. I think that's the name of it, beatbox VST. I'm gonna show you the kit right here. So there's no processing on the mixer channel. Really hard smacking drums right there, man. So it was just really a simple drum loop, you know what I'm saying? The drums didn't really do anything special to them in Reason. I mean, that's straight out of the VST, and they were smacking really, really good. Now that we are on the drums and everything like that, the next thing I like to add with my drums is kind of like give it a nice groove feel to it, and that will be the hi-hats. All right, now for the hi-hats, what I used was the the Easy Drummer here, and here it is right here, the Easy Drummer. So we'll go ahead and pull that up. And the kit that I used was the reggae kit. All right. So it's the reggae expansion for Easy Drummer 3. And the particular kit is called Wet Roots. All right. And the only thing I did on the Easy Drummer was I kind of gated those hi-hats just a little bit. Just a little bit, not too much. Didn't use the compression, just gated them a little bit. And it probably was just to give the hi-hats a little bit of groove and cut out some of that background or cut out some of that bleed or whatnot. So let's go ahead and check that out. Yeah, just to give it a little bit of bounce. And then when you add the Joker Beats VST, you know what I'm saying? Just really kind of like feel into that vibe or whatnot. Now, if we was to go and take off the gate, all right, and we was to go back to the hi-hat, well, let's see how it sounds without the gate. Now let's engage the gate. Just tighten it up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Just a little bit of tightness will take you a long, long way with these drumming, drum kit type VSTs and stuff like that. When you tighten up that extra sound, it'll definitely give it a vibe. So let's review that one more time. So this is the hi-hats without the gate. And with the gate. So the whole point of it is just to kind of tighten it up, you know what I'm saying? Really give it, a tighter feel for the groove. All right, cool deal. So now we have that, those two percussive type of sounds here. I think we could add the loop in, and then when we gel all that together. That's what the loop that you was hearing earlier in the intro. And if I was to take out the Joker Beats and see how they kind of all kind of mesh together, it's just a nice, you know what I'm saying, nice bowl of cereal and stuff like that with the right amount of milk, you feel me? So that should be it for the percussive sounds or whatnot. The next thing we would kind of want to highlight is the bass. All right, so the bass is basically one of the Reason instruments in here called electric bass. Now I love this bass sound. It has its own character. It's a little bit different. It doesn't sound like any other bass BSTs that you will see out there, such as IK Multimedia Moto Bass 2 or 1, or what's the other one I'm thinking about? All of the ample sounds, bass VSTs, and also some contact libraries from Native Instruments, Orange Tree Samples, and others that are out there. They have a unique style and a unique vibe and a unique tone with the Reason Instruments electric bass. All right. And what I did with this particular electric bass here, that you're seeing on the screen, is I used the Note 2 player. All right. And what I did was kind of bent the velocity. Normally the velocity, it comes like, you know what I'm saying, all the way up to 127. But I brought it down just a little bit at 120. And then kind of bend the curve a little bit. So it has a smooth style to it, and not so boom, 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 boom. It's more like boom, 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 not boom, 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 boom. More like boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying? And what I was trying to do with that is, you know what I'm saying, just really kind of give it more of a realistic finger playing type of vibe to that as well. Didn't need to add any third-party plugins on it, as this particular instrument comes with all the effects that you would need. So the way this particular instrument work, if you haven't worked with Reason Instrument electric basses, you have the bass sound module here, and then you have the amp and cab effect here, and then you have your effect pedals here with the reamp section here as well. And you know what I'm saying, when you're going through the presets, they have some really, really good presets. And then you have this DI amp slider, so you can blend in the direct input from the actual sample bass with the amp effect as well, and you can blend it into your desire to get the desired sound and everything like that. So it worked out perfectly for this song. All right, and we're gonna play that little hook part right here so you can hear the drums and the bass. All right, so here we go. All right, cool deal. So that was the hook. It kind of goes on right here. Now, right here in the middle part of this particular verse here, I created a new note lane on the electric bass channel, and I played a different performance here. And let's go ahead and check that out. Hear those low tones. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Really, really sounded good. You know what I'm saying? It really sounds realistic. And it has a lot of great range. You can play the low tones. You can really feel that energy. But when you go up in octave and stuff like that, you can really bring out the mid range of that bass guitar as well, man. So that's one of my favorite instruments in Reason to speak right now. Moving along, man, we're going to talk about the next part that comes into play here, and that will be the guitar part. Okay. Now, if you know me, you know what I'm saying, I got to have a guitar part in here no matter what. All right. And really simply, I use the instrument device, the ID8 from Reason. And again, you know what I'm saying, use the note tool, made some adjustment on the velocity curve there to give it more of a realistic finger sound type situation. You know, just give it a real smooth. Now, the instrument that I use on here is the Jazz Semi. And if I was to, you know what I'm saying, play that for you right now. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on how you're going to be playing and the feel for it and the smoothness and everything like that. And the note tool velocity is really the only section that I kind of use, you know what I'm saying, with this particular player. Everything else I just kind of leave it the same. But this right here is it was a big help for real. Yeah, man. The only other thing I added to the guitar here that you're hearing is this particular effect here, which, man, I'm loving it, man. This is the Roland, and this comes from the Roland brand, their own Jazz Chorus 120 amp. Okay, cab and amp. Now you can find this with you know, a couple of guitar modeling companies out there, such as IK Multimedia, Amplitude, Native Instruments, Guitar Rig, and others that are out there. I know Ample Sounds, they have their own version of this particular amp built into their VSTs, but Roland has actually rolled out their own version. I think it was in the spring. I want to say March, if I'm not mistaken. And, you know what I'm saying, this thing sounds really, really good. Now, you can buy this from the Roland site, if I'm not mistaken, or you can get it in their Xenology package subscription bundle. I think it's the Ultimate Access subscription bundle. But it's really, really worth the getting for real. This thing sounds so good, man. If we were to bypass this particular effect, this is how the jazz guitar would sound. Okay, and we add that sound to it now. Sounds really, really good, man. So I got a little lick I'm playing in there with everything else. So let's hear it. How that sounds. All right, cool deal. Now you did hear some notes that was doubled. That's because I was on that little small 37 minute keyboard, and it's all good, man. The realism, I kept it in there for sure, man. The next thing we added in here was another guitar instrument. Now this comes from the UBI workstation, and this is a acoustic samples, if I'm not mistaken, guitar expansion that you have to buy separately from the UBI workstation. And let's get to the editing section here. Yeah, there we go. All right, cool deal. So this is the telematic right here. This is just basically a Telecaster VSTI expansion. What's great about UBI is they do some very, very heavy sampling, and all of their expansions or libraries aren't small. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get more than 1 gig for sure. I done seen it large as 16 gigs. You feel me? But with something like a guitar, you know what I'm saying, it will probably max you out at about like 5 gigs or whatever. And that's a lot of great sampling, a lot of different articulations that they sample and then map it out to a keyboard format. Will give you a realism type of sound, and this one definitely does whatnot. And I just basically used this guitar sound to add on to the previous guitar sound that you heard. So this is how this one sounds. Are we on this one? Nope. Let's go to this one. Now, the sound that you're hearing is an actual affected sound, whatnot. But, you know what I'm saying, let's check out what we have on the guitar far as effects is concerned. And that will be from Neural DSP. And this is the Archetype Corey Wong X guitar simulation or whatnot effects. All right. Now, this particular VST is very, very nice, man. It's not like your typical stuff like amplitude or guitar rig or whatnot. This one is tailor made to the playing styles of the particular artists that Neural DSP reaches out to and collaborate with. And so Corey Wong is a well-known guitarist. You know what I'm saying, that's just awesome. Very, very talented guitarist, whatnot. And what you're seeing here is hand selected type pedals that he wanted to use with this particular plug-in. And also, you know what I'm saying, you have these different amp and cab models as well. Now he has these 3 different type of cab models that he has selected. I don't want to touch this because I don't want to mess anything up, and that will be, you know what I'm saying, a separate video or whatnot. But you could choose your 3 different cabs here. You could choose your 3 different you could choose your 3 different amps here. You can choose your 3 different cabs here, and then you have some microphones that you could also change out as well. So you can see right here we have like this Royer ribbon mic, and you can choose between another different type of ribbon mic, 2 different conditions, and 2 different dynamics. And you can also load in your own custom IR, which is really, really good. Um, and every neural DSP plugin that I came across has this EQ section right here. So it's a separate EQ section, and what they give you is basically a 10 band EQ. And saying you go in and shape the tone that you need, and then the final stage is your time-based effects. And of course, we have a delay pedal, a reverb pedal, and then like a reverb shimmer as well, man. And I think this one right here is a modulation. So I stand corrected. Modulation, delay, and then reverb right there. So you get simply, and on this particular plugin, you get a wah pedal. Not every Neural DSP guitar plugin has the wah pedal in front. On this one, you do, but it will start off with the pedals, amp, cab, EQ, and then your time-based effects. And these effects are really, really awesome. They sound so realistic, man. But if I was to play that instrument and bypass the Archetype Corey Wong plugin, this is how the guitar would sound. Very dry and basic. All right, cool. So very dry and basic, no life or anything like that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It sounds like you just basically took the instrument cable from the guitar and plugged it straight into a mixer. Now, when we turn that effect on, here's the B side. All right, cool. And you play that with the track, and this is what you get. So basically, that's the two guitars playing the same type of guitar lick in the hook. So if I was to basically, take out the major drums and the bass. So yeah, you can hear they're kind of playing the same chord structure, different type of licks and stuff like that, different notes. But for the most part, they kind of sound the same. Did that on purpose. Now, when we go to the verse here, we got like a little at the end of this kind of like pre-hook type of solo. I'll show you guys this part. Goes back to the hook, and then right here at the end we just got a long solo. Let's play that back a little bit. All right, cool. I said I wasn't gonna play all of it, but that's my favorite part right there. So that's just adding Telecaster. Now that's what I like to do. I like to kind of blend, 2 or 3 guitars all together, plus the bass, depending on the music and what we're doing and stuff like that, man. Just to kind of really give it some realism to it. I am making beats, but I still want that realism to it and everything like that. Now, on this particular section, we do have a low guitar sound here, and I don't remember this one, so let me play this audio right here. Oh yeah, I do remember this. Okay, cool. So let's see here. This part right here, yeah, that little loop right there, it was something I actually found along with the piano. section right here. So yeah, those two they kind of came together. That's how the beat actually originated. I was trying to look for the other part, and that's where I kind of got, the real guitar centric heavy thought for the instruments and everything like that. So that's basically that. So when you combine that electric guitar, the drums, let me put this all back into play here. All right. Oh, right here. See what I'm saying? This other blue thing right here, right here is the strings, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that is the strings. So the instrument I use for the strings is coming from gospel musicians, and this particular VST is called the Blue Beast. This is a kind of like a remake of it's one of those Yamaha boards from the early 2000s, and it's blue. I forget what the model number is. Something coming to me with the N1, if I'm not mistaken. But you know what I'm saying, if you go on their website, they'll tell you which Yamaha keyboard that they modeled this off of. Now you'll be amazed. This particular VST has, get it, 14 gig of sounds with this one VST. 14 gigs, man. So it's one of those high quality sound VSTs, and the strings on here sounded really, really beautiful with the track. And that's what this little blue section is, yellow section, and this little lime green section right here, man. So let's play it from this section right here. Turn that up for y'all. All right, cool deal. And then the last part is kind of like it just kind of like goes with the flow with the track. Cool deal. So that's the strings right there, man. You know what I'm saying? It came out really, really great. And we got one more part right here, and this is another track right here. Let me see what this is. Oh, so this is the organ right here. So this is the organ playing the keys right here. Yeah, and that just right there was the glue for everything. And once you put it all together, all right, cool. That was it right there, man. Now, going back to the mixer, the only other thing, I don't think I added anything else on the inserts. Nope. And then for as I saw something over here that I added, but I don't think I did. The only thing I did right here on this low guitar part right here was took the insert and put it before, but that looks like that's a mistake because I don't have an insert on here. Let's see here. Nope, there's no insert. So yeah, that was a mistake. So yeah, man, that's basically it for as this track is concerned, man. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of adding and, putting it, in, rotation far as the sounds and everything like that. So that is the track right there, man. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you go ahead and check out the finished version, you know what I'm saying, on Spotify, on Apple Music, and all of your favorite DSPs, man. It is out right now. So make sure you go ahead and follow the link, hit it in the bio, and also scan the QR code and you know what I'm saying, look at the graphic and see what we got going on, man. You know what I'm saying? This track was really, really fun to make, by the way. And it has a nice little, you know what I'm saying, old school groove to it and everything like that. That's the kind of vibe I've been on lately. Maybe I'm showing my age, but hey, man, it shows your range and everything like that, man. But hey, I hope you like this video. Hope it serves its purpose for us, you know what I'm saying, just kind of getting the ideal tracks and stuff like that, man. Go ahead and like this video. Also subscribe to this channel for more content just like this. And as always, man, y'all stay creative out there, man. Keep your head on the swivel, man. This has been your boy Super Mario, man. You have been in the yo, man. Make sure you go ahead and check out Brood Beats out on all streaming platforms, man. Catch y'all later, man. Peace.